Hello everyone, today I'm back in Space Engineers, and today we're doing something a little bit different. So we're going to take a look at this Spitfire Mark 5, and this is one of my creations. So if you like this type of video, I've got a lot more interesting creations that kind of push the bounds of what is possible for aerodynamic space engineers, as that is my interest. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and leave a like, maybe subscribe, and there'll be more of those videos coming. So this was early on in my development of airplanes, and so this is a very simple airplane, although I'm very proud of everything that I've been able to fit in here. So within here there's two hydrogen engines, and then there's actually a survival kit and an O2 generator in here, and so this thing is survival ready, and in fact in my survival world I've used it to build a base. So you can come in here, and right here we've got the survival kit. On this side there's the O2 generator, and down here it's just a cargo container to store small things. And then if you would like to access and be able to actually use the survival kit, you can also just do that from down there. So if we walk around, it's very simple. It's just a tail dragger. We've got the wings here. Notice there's no control surfaces. I am using a gyro to control it. In my later airplanes, I've experimented a lot with actual working control surfaces, which is a passion of mine, and so in the next videos you can see that, but this is just a very simple plane. It does use the plane parts mod for these wings and the plane parts plus propeller. Other than that, it is vanilla. And I like to use the aerodynamic physics mod to add some drag, but that's totally up to you. So if we go ahead and hop in the cockpit here and we go into first person view, we've got a couple scripts here running ship diagnostics, so those just tell me where my weapons are, where any damage is. And on the toolbar, it's pretty simple. We've got engine on and off, thrust override, although it's easier to just use W to speed up. We've got our weapons. We have the assault cannons on here, which are to match up with the guns on the real Spitfire. And then we have wheel brakes on and off, because since the wheels are on subgrids down there, because they can fold, you can't actually just use P. We've got some air brakes here along the wings to help us slow down, and 9 is to toggle the gear. So we'll just go ahead and turn on the engine here. And it does take a bit of a takeoff run with this 4-bladed propeller, so I'll give it a little bit of mouse down to lift the tail up, and just like that at around 40 we can lift up into the sky. And look at that. Now if I go in, we're climbing into the wind here, and so we're just gonna turn like this. Notice one of the things here, I'll turn the display back on. One of the things with using a gyro like this is that I can do some really weird turns. Like I can turn like this, which is not realistic at all for an airplane. Also, my control authority is not dependent on speed whatsoever. And so that's something that using actual control surfaces fixes. But here we'll go ahead and hit 9 to fold that gear up. And it just tucks away nicely into those wheel wells. Just like that. Of course, we have the assault cannons there, and so it can be used for attack. But personally, I prefer to use it just for adventure. It can land pretty short and take off pretty short, as you saw. So it's great to use for some base building or exploration. With that survival kit, you can use it to start new things. And you can use it as a respawn point. So it's a great all-rounder. We'll just come in here and notice there it does one of those wonky stalls at high speed where it kind of flips sideways. Another downside of using no control surfaces. But if we go ahead and here put the gear back down, just let it fold out. And as long as you use your roll and kind of turn slowly, it tends to be okay for realism, but still not great. And then if we want to, we can deploy the air brakes, pop those up. We've got a little bit of a tailwind, so kind of blowing forwards here. And we'll just glide ourselves in for a nice little landing. And just like that. So this is a really, really simple plane, but using the paneling blocks here, you can see if I cut away, there's lots of stuff hidden inside of here. And so, oops, there goes one of the hydrogen engines, but you've got tanks down here and everything you need for it to be totally survival ready, packed in a very small and light space. So it's cheap to produce in survival, and it is one of my favorite early planes. So I hope you guys enjoyed that brief little look, and there'll be a workshop link in the description if you want to try this plane out for yourself. Enjoy!